Good morning, everyone. I hope all of you had a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. After a long time, many of us must have traveled. It must have been really nice to go out after almost a year and a half of lockdown. Uh, so I know that it was a very long weekend, and maybe some of you were hiking, walking, bicycling. So today's class will try to keep it a little gentle, and we'll get into a little bit deep stretches. That way, just in case you're tired from your travel or your hike or bike or whatever walk you did, if you have done any physical activity, this class will really help you stretch out and relax those muscles. Let's all start on the mat in a seated position. So just settle down in a nice, comfortable cross-legged position. And we'll start with our neck today. So let's just take our earlobe, take your right earlobe towards the right shoulder and just drop it down. So all you're going to do is just let it go. Tilt your head towards your right side. For better connectivity, try to keep your eyes closed. If you're comfortable, that is. And now, as you try to drop your earlobe towards the shoulder, become aware of the sensations that you are feeling on the left side of your neck. Sometimes we tend to help ourselves by lifting the shoulder up. Try to do the opposite. Try to relax your left shoulder down. That way you're stretching from both ends. And breathe. Now very gently take your time and bring your head back to the center. We're going to take our fingertips, place it on top of your chin on the left side, and we're going to turn, we're going to guide our head, but we're going to take it slightly diagonally, right? So towards the ceiling on the right. We're not going to completely lift it up, but we're going to keep it a 45-degree angle, slightly lifting it up. So just try to take your fingertips, and now as if you're slowly lifting the chin and taking it towards the right corner of your room. And breathe. And now gently bring your chin back in position and do the opposite. So place your left hand wherever it needs to rest. Take your right hand. We're going to take our chin now towards the right shoulder. So again, the opposite side. Right fingertips rest on top of the cheek or the chin on the right side and gently take your chin towards your right shoulder. And breathe. Very slowly pick yourself back to the center. We're going to start with the opposite side. So we're going to take our left, drop it towards the left shoulder, but we're not going to gradually lift the shoulder, but we're going to work on pressing this shoulder so that we can feel a greater stretch on the right side. So again, if you can, please close your eyes and gently start to let go of your left earlobe towards the shoulder. There is a tendency for us to hold our head as if we are creating resistance, right? So just let it go. At the most, the earlobe is going to rest on the shoulder, right? That's all is going to happen. So just let it go. Don't hold on to any muscles. Breathe. And gently bring it back to the center. Take your right fingertips. We're going to take, as you go, you're going to progressively, so see the line, it's like as if you have a string and you're trying to place your chin and take it in that 45-degree angle. Just guide it towards the left side. Try to sit up nice and tall. Notice how you're holding your tongue inside your mouth. And see if you're still breathing. And now gently bring it back to the center. Switch. Place your right Rest your right hand, take your left, and this time bring your chin towards your shoulder. So you're going to place your fingertips on the left and then gently turn your head and take it towards the right. And slowly release, let it go. Just in case some of us were on the flights, if you had any tightness around the shoulders or the neck, let's try to rotate those shoulders off and reverse the direction of the rotation of our shoulders. We're going to start with our shoulders and the back now. I'm going to go a little bit to the side here. This is a really nice one for the shoulders. Yes, I'll first face forward for you to observe the leg position. Try to keep your legs to the distance of your hips. The whole feet is on the ground. Okay? So no part of your leg is lifted up. Completely place your feet down. And now you can just lift your hips up to find a good comfortable position for your seat. And let's take our hands to the back. So place your left hand to the back. Take your right hand to the back. Now I'm going to turn forward for a second here. So the hands are not exactly behind our back like this. Right? So take a little bit wider V with your hands, which means to say take your right hand a little bit away from your hip line, so it's wider, and then your left as well. Both your hands are really wide. Right? Now all you're going to do is, first thing that we want to do is you're going to press our shoulders back, which means to say we are squeezing our shoulder blades towards each other. And see how that feels. Just move your left shoulder to the center and then your right. So we're going to do this adjustment many times. So we're going to keep moving our shoulders. Move your left and move your right. Right? Now stay where you are and we're going to progress and go deeper into the position. Take your left hand a little bit more back. Take your right hand a little bit more back. Try to squeeze your shoulder blades, lift the center of your chest. Feel the opening at the center of your chest. Move your left shoulder a little bit. Move your right shoulder a little bit. So as if you were trying to bring them to the center, not really though. And come back. Push both your shoulders back. Let's go a little bit deeper. Walk your left hand a little bit back. Walk your right hand a little bit back. Remember the hands are wide, like a V at the back. Lift the chest up. Push your shoulder blades towards each other. And breathe. Now just turn your left shoulder in. Turn your right shoulder in. Come back to the center. Move your knees a little bit so that you don't feel tensed around the calf muscles. Come back to the center. One last time. Take your left hand a little bit more back. Take your right hand a little bit more back. Press your shoulder blades towards each other. Feel the center of your chest. If you're doing it right, you're going to feel it in multiple places. You're going to feel it in your upper back muscles. You're going to feel it on top of the shoulders in the front. You're going to feel the engagement of your bicep muscles. Breathe. And if you have room, we're going to go one more time. Loosen, shoulders move from side to side and maybe a little bit more. And sit up tall though. Try to lift your chest up. Relax your jaw. If you can, nod your head, come back to the center, and let's stay here for just a couple of breaths. Breathe. It's a really easy way to stretch our shoulders out because the rest of the body is fully supporting us. And then gently crawl because there's a lot of tension around the elbow joints right now. We have extended them. So slightly crawl your right and your left and take your time to gently bring yourself back. Extend your legs. Let's take our hands, gently let's rotate our wrists off. Take your thumb inside, cover it up with the four fingers and slowly rotate. So the previous position, you can keep the how far you want to go. You can keep it in your control. You don't have to go that deep if you already have shoulder issues or injuries. Those of us who are able to go, you can keep going a little deeper so you can increase the stretch. There you go. We're going to stretch the sides of our glutes. Bend your right leg. Now take your left leg on top of your right and walk your right feet completely down to the ground. So it's not the knife edge of the leg present to the ground, but we have our whole feet to the ground. So it's going to be a combination of what we did earlier on with our ear, right? The ear lobe coming towards the shoulder. We are going to use that now. And a part of your left hip is going to lift off in this one. So we're not trying to press our hip down while leaning towards the side, but maybe the hip is going to lift off. Right? Now take the left leg is bent and is in the front. Take your left hand and hug that leg with both your hands like this. So we're trying to compress the thigh into our chest and belly, but we are not rounding our spine. We're trying to sit up tall by pressing our belly into our thighs. If you notice, this itself has a lot of energy flow going on between the back and your belly and your leg. Now, all we're going to do is our goal is to try to bring our elbow, which is our right elbow, towards the ground. Not really towards the ground, but we're leaning towards the ground. Right? We're going to start with the head, just like how we did in the beginning of our class. Take your right earlobe towards your right shoulder, just like how you did in the beginning of the class. Right? So that's why we started with that today. So we can use that. And then from there, now I want you to gently start to lean your body while keeping the hug, right? Don't loosen your hug. You're still pressing everything into your body. And then gently start to take your right towards the right, elbow I mean. And then keep going. And then keep going. And breathe. And release. Gently bring everything back to the center. If you need to move your head, your neck, go ahead and do that. Now you're going to do the opposite side stretch, right? So take your top leg, which is your left leg, lift that leg up, hold on to your ankle, take that leg back. I'm going to go a little to the side. You stay where you are. Your right leg is forward, your left leg is to the back. I want you to adjust so that your knee comes in line with your hip. So press this leg a little bit back, which means to say you have a lot of space between your bent right leg and your left. If you are able to, if your thighs are feeling all right and you are able to, take that leg a little bit further back. So now you're going to start to feel it around your hip point. Place your hand on top of your left hip point, and I want you to turn your hip girdle outwards like that. So just try to massage the hip joint and try to pull the muscles surrounding your hip joint and pull those muscles to the back. Now remember how we started the class, took our hands back and opened our shoulders. We're going to use that. Take your left hand to the back. Take your right hand to the back. So this particular sequence is a build up from the beginning, from the neck to the shoulder, and we're adding legs now. Right? Take your left hand to the back. Take your right hand to the back. I want you to lift your chin up, your chest up. Move your head a little bit. Find that comfort around your neck, the position that works best for your head to relax. Still okay here? Walk a little bit more. See how that feels to go a little bit back. Now again, let's do all of it that we did in the previous time. Opening, pushing those shoulders back, squeezing our shoulder blades towards each other, keeping our hands wider than our hips, like a V at the back. Relax your jaw and breathe. Very slowly bring your chin parallel to the ground. Take your time, just like how you did earlier on, to release your arms. We're going to take this leg back, which means to say we are going to end up in a pigeon position with our right leg. Okay? So take your left hand in front of you, take your right hand next to your body. You're going to lift your hips up and you're going to take this leg all the way to the back. Press the knee down and the top of your toes down. You'll end up in a pigeon position. Lift your hips up. And let's take that left leg all the way to the back. Relax your toes. And gently walk your hands back towards your body. And breathe. From here, I want you to take your right hand a little bit farther away from your left, which means to say left is closer to the body, right is away. Take your left hand, thread it through, and take your right hand, wrap it behind your back, and let go of your head towards the ground. And breathe. Gently lift your head up, release the hand which is wrapped behind your back. Extend that right hand forward. Release your left hand, bring your left hand forward. Walk your hands, keep them about shoulder width apart. We're going to tuck the back leg toes, left leg toes. Release your left knee off the ground. Right knee comes into the chest. We will meet in a plank position. Core plank and plank. Drop your knees down. Walk your hands slightly towards you. Set yourself up for a basic simple cat and cow. Wrist in line with the shoulders, knees in line with your hips, space between your thighs. Let's start. Inhale, look towards the ceiling. Exhale and round. Inhale, look towards the ceiling. And exhale, down. Let's come into a neutral position. Stay where you are. I'm going to the side just to show you better. So all we are going to do is protraction and retraction of our shoulders, right? So you're going to press your palms, you're going to squeeze your belly, you're going to drop your shoulders down, you're going to tuck your chin into the collarbone. And release. So you're going to just let go of your shoulders. You're going to keep your neck in line with parallel to the ground. You're not taking it towards the ceiling. Just release it. So think about your shoulder blades coming towards each other and going away from each other. Right? So let's try to press the palms into the ground. Squeeze your belly. Try to lift your shoulder blades, creating space between your shoulder blades. And now slowly as you exhale, I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other without lifting your neck towards the ceiling. So really, really, I want you to squeeze those shoulder blades towards each other. If you're doing it really well, you'll feel like you're holding a pencil in between your shoulder blades right now. Let's do this 2 more times. Press your palms, start to squeeze your belly, try to lift, tuck your chin into the collarbone, and create space between your shoulder blades. And slowly as you release, I want you to start to squeeze your shoulder blades now towards each other. Keep your chin and your neck parallel to the ground. You're not lifting it up. Squeeze and squeeze. The other way of thinking about it is try to feel you want to bring your elbows towards each other. So try to really, although you're not really doing it, in your mind think I want to bring both my elbows towards each other. That's going to squeeze your upper back muscles towards each other. And release. Let it go. Gently walk your hands towards you. Swing your legs to one side and extend your legs all the way out. Let's release those wrists off a little bit. Take your thumb inside, cover it up with your forefingers. I hope it was a good neck and upper back stretch, guys, which we all need just in case we traveled and we had to sit in the flight and we had something going on around the neck and the shoulders, or we had to carry those heavy baggages, right? So it's good to release the upper back always and let it go. All right, let's bend our left, sorry about that. Let's bend our left leg and let's start the whole sequence on the other side. Take your right, place it on top of your left. The whole feet is on the ground. We do know that we're going to lift our right hip off, so that's nothing to be worried about today. Let's start by wrapping. So the first thing that you want to do is as you pull your leg towards your body, you're going to resist that inward by to round. Think about tailbone and lower back, and let's try to sit up top. The first thing, right? This position needs to be maintained. And now let's take our right hand and wrap. Let's take our left hand and wrap and give ourselves a nice big hug. That energy, let it be there between your belly and your thigh and your glute. If you're doing it right and hugging it really tight and sitting up, a lot going on in the body already. Left towards the left. And in your mind, just think, I want to drop my left elbow down, right? While pulling your whole body, let's just try to lean and lean and lean. So we do tend to loosen up the grip sometimes. I want you to adjust and press it hard again. The breath becomes a little shallow because of the belly compression. Make a conscious effort to breathe in and out slowly. Notice what's happening around your right glute. And now gently bring yourself up. Release. We're going to take our right leg to the back. So lift that leg, gently take that leg back. Adjust your legs in such a manner that you're going to take your right hip and your right knee in one straight line, or maybe a little further back. Face forward. Okay, now gently take your hands back. As we place our hands back, I want us to start to think of the center of our chest. Think about both your shoulders being pressed to the back, your shoulder blades coming towards each other. And see, maybe this is a lot for some of us, right? Let's take our hand, place it on top of our right, and let's try to physically rotate. So you can just gradually pull those muscles to the back like that. And then take your hand back. And if you feel this is already a lot going on, just stay here, lift your head up. If you feel like walking, just go ahead and walk a little bit more. Make sure you move your neck muscles at all times. Don't tense up your neck muscles. Still okay here, walk a little bit more and breathe. Relax your jaw. Make adjustments with your hands if you need to make it closer or a little bit wider and to the back. And now gently press on your palms. Very slowly release, take your time. We're going to take this leg back, we'll end up in a pigeon position. Place one hand in the front, one hand on the side of your body. And we're going to gently take that right leg. Lift your hips up, walk your hands in front of you, shoulder width apart, and then gently extend the leg all the way out. Walk your hands towards your body. Let's take our left hand a little bit away and now thread the needle through the right. You can rest your right, you can stay here, or you can wrap your left behind your back and bring your head down towards the ground. And breathe. Connect with your left glute. And your right shoulder blade. Gently release the raft from behind. Place your fingertips down. Release your right hand. Bring your hands shoulder width apart. Tuck your right leg toes. Release your right knee off the ground. Left knee into your chest. Let's hold a plank. We're going to do the protraction and retraction in plank. Press your palms. Tuck your chin into the collarbone. Create space between your shoulder blades while pressing your heel all the way to the back. Stay. So your knees, those of you who need to drop your knees down, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, press your heels back. Hold the plank. Don't go into downward dog. Don't go into cat and cow. You will feel a stretch at the back of your legs. Really beautiful stretch as you press your heels away. Tuck your chin. Create space between your shoulder blades. And now release. Bring your chin parallel to the ground. I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades. Think about bringing your elbows towards each other. Squeeze your shoulder blades. If you get tired, you can rest your knees down, guys. One more. Lock your elbows. Tuck your chin into the collarbone. Press your heels all the way to the back. Breathe. Release. Bring your chin and your neck parallel to the ground. Bend your elbows. Think you want to squeeze now your shoulder blades and your elbows towards each other. And release. Let it go. Gently walk your hands back towards your body. Let's stand up on our knees. We're going to just rotate those shoulders off a little bit. Try to really squeeze and rotate. And reverse. And let it go. Let's come into extended child's position. So touch your big toes towards each other. Open your knees and as wide as your mat. Push your hips back. Let's come onto our fingertips together. Go a little back so you can see my hands completely. Push your hips back, but place your fingertips down to the ground. And down. Gently bring your head in between your arms. Don't rest your palm. Adjust and walk your hands a little bit away from you. And a little bit more. And stay. Your head, your forehead does not touch the ground. You have an opposite energy, a pull that's going on by pressing your hips to the back, while try to press on your fingertips and sinking with your chest down, but really the chest is not resting to the ground. Feel the side of your body, on both sides of your body. Let the weight of your own body gravitate towards the ground without touching the ground. And now rest your palms down, elbows down, forehead down. Let it go. And breathe. Very slowly lift your head up. Walk your hands slightly towards you. Reset back to cat and cow. And slowly step your left leg forward and bring yourself all the way up. Keep your right leg toes tucked. We're going to lift this leg off in a second, right? So just keep it tucked. Do not increase the distance between your legs. Keep it just the way it is. Bring your hands to the heart center. So we're going to do multiple adjustments here, which means to say first we're going to rest our right on top of the left, just like how we normally do, but we're going to involve a little bit of more of the upper back muscles eventually. So let's all lift ourselves up, palms pressing towards each other, elbows are not dropped, elbows are lifting, the wrist and elbows are in one straight line, engagement of your shoulder muscles, palms pressing energetically towards each other, and then gently rotate. So think about your belly button squeeze, your belly button turn, your hands press like how you would normally, turn your fingers towards your body, stack up your elbows, and breathe. Now gently keep the press between your palms. Lift yourself up. Notice how I have kept my hands. That means to say they're not together. I'm pressing each of them together. Now think about pressing your right elbow out into something which is on the right side. Take your right hand all the way up. Lift it up. Turn your left and bring it back. So you're just drawing a circle and placing it back. Turn your fingers towards your body, elbows stacked up, right resting on top of the left. Press your palms towards each other. Bring your hands. Start to reach towards your right side. Turn your hands. When you can't go any further, now start to lift your left and gently now start to bring your right and bring it back. And breathe. 2 more. Palms pressing. Go towards your right and keep going. Increase that range of motion. So if you started here, maybe you're digging a little bit deeper, lifting it a little bit higher. Can't go any further. Now involve your left. Turn and come back. Notice your jaw. Breathe. Relax. Last time. Right. Go really wide. All the way. Lift it up. Can't go any further. Left. And bring it back. Remember, when you come back here, I want you to turn your fingers, stack up your elbows, find that really good posture, alignment, the start position. Now, those of us who want to keep our knee down, you're going to just extend your hands while your knee down. Those of us who can gently work on lifting your right leg off the ground. And breathe. And breathe. Open up your hands, fly your hands all the way. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Back to prayer arms. Take your bottom hand, which is your right hand, rest it down to the ground. Take your left hand all the way up, wrap it behind your back, and look over your left shoulder. Lift your head up. Don't let your head dangle down. Try to take a peek over your left shoulder. And breathe. Gently take your left hand all the way up. Place your hands on either side of your left leg. Take your left leg back. Meet in plank. And breathe. Let's bend our elbows. Try to hold your plank. Keep your upper body parallel to the ground as long as you can. And then release your upper body down. Keep your hands next to your chest. I'm going back a little so you can see. And breathe. Inhale, lift yourself into cobra. Keep your elbows bent. Don't go into full cobra. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, bring yourself into cobra. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, bring yourself into half cobra, baby cobra, and take your hands all the way to the back. Your palms are facing up towards the ceiling. Circle your right hand all the way forward and sweep it all the way to the back, palm facing up. Circle your left hand forward, sweep it all the way to the back, palm facing up. Gently turn your right hand. I want you to rotate your wrist, turn your right palm facing up to the ceiling. Hold something like a candle in your hand. Rotate at the wrist. Take your right hand, lift your chest up. Take your left hand forward. Rotate at the wrist. Hold the candle with your left hand. Rotate and take it back. Both your palms are up, chest up. And release. Let it go. Take a break. Good upper back work, guys. Deep. Deepen your breath. Bring your hands next to your chest. Tuck your toes. We can either meet in 4, like cat and cow, or we can meet in plank. So, option, You can choose which one you want to. You can either go to 4 or you can wait in plank. Those of us who have our knees down, if we are in 4, just momentarily lift your knees off. Let's all meet in a downward dog position and start to pedal those legs off. Take your time, slowly pedal your legs. Bending one knee at a time. Take your left leg all the way up to the ceiling. 3-legged dog. Bend your left leg at the knee, come into fire hydrant. Take your left leg up, point your toes, 3-legged dog. Drop your left leg down and pedal your legs off. Take your right leg all the way up to the ceiling. Point your toes, 3-legged dog. Bend your right leg at the knee, fire hydrant. Take your right leg all the way up, point your toes. Drop your right leg down, downward dog. Pedal your legs off. Drop your knees down, stay. Adding on just one last one in this sequence. Drop your elbows down. Now I'm going to face forward just to show you, right? So you can keep your elbows parallel to each other. Make a fist of your hands. We're going into elbow plank basically and into a dolphin downward dog right after that. Now those of us who wish to, you can interlock your hands, you can release your index finger out, or you can keep your fingers like this, right? Or you can place your fist and hands parallel to each other, wrists parallel to each other. Ready? Now those of us who cannot lift ourselves up into plank, option 1, just extend your right leg out. Bring it back. Extend your left leg out. Bring it back. Those of us who can do both, extend your right. Extend your left. Hold. And hold. Breathe. Now, those of you who are easily able to interlock your hands, interlock your hands. Remember which thumb is on the top. Right is on the top, left is below. Breathe. Lift your hips up into downward dog. Bring the crown of your head down to the ground. Breathe. Back to dolphin. Plank position. Hold. Remember, you always have an option to rest your knees down. Breathe. If you had your right thumb on the top, switch. Bring your left thumb on the top. Lift your hips up. Press the crown of your head. Dolphin downward dog. Breathe. And breathe. Back to plank. Hold. Rest your knees down. To release this position, the easiest way would be to rest your knees down first and then rock your hands back towards your body. And let's all step our right leg forward and bring ourselves up. 11:42 already, 10:42 already, guys. Time flies. All right. So remember, the back leg toes are tucked. We're going to start the whole sequence on the other side. Bring your hands, lift your elbows, press your palms, separate your fingers. A lot of energy by pressing your palms towards each other. Think about left shoulder blade. Resting, start with the very basic one, which we have done it many, many times. Okay? Slowly take your left, rest it on top of your right. Point your fingers towards your body. Remember, the elbows need to stack up. So make that alignment. So your hands are not kind of dropping any other ways, but stack it up. And breathe. Now gently keep the press between your palms. Lift yourself all the way up. Start to dig the left elbow out and out and out. Think about your left armpit right now. And now you can't go any further. Start to involve your right. Rotate all the way and bring it back. And breathe. Pull the belly button towards you. Take it towards your left side. And keep going. And keep going. Cannot go any further. Start to push your right out. Gently lift your right and then bring your hand back. And breathe. 2 more. Left and up, really up. And now start to engage right elbow. Press the palms and bring it back. Stack up your elbows, fingers pointing towards your body. Do it all with your breath. Last time. Left. Go a little deeper. Set a goal for yourself. I want to dig a little deeper more. Now I can't go any further. Now I'm going to start to turn my right. And lift that right as high as I can to give that range of motion. Then bring the hand back. And breathe. Option to keep your left knee down, fly your hands. Option to lift your left knee off the ground and fly your hands. And breathe. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently bring your hands into prayer arms. Take your bottom hand, which is your left hand, rest it down to the ground. Take your right hand up and wrap it behind your back. Look over your shoulder. Lift your head up. Press your left heel to the back. Don't let your left leg dangle down. The knee is not bent on your extended leg, which is your left leg. And breathe. Take your right hand all the way up. Place your hand on either side of your right leg. Take your right leg back. Hold your plank. Option to rest your knees down. Breathe. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's all rest our knees down. Hold. And gently walk your hands down. Turn your wrists towards each other. Make a fist of your hands if you wish to, or you can interlock your hands. Option to do just one leg. Tuck your toes, just right out and release, and left out and release. Option to lift both and press, come into a plank, elbow plank. Press your heels back, so don't let your hips sag down. I want you to hold your core muscles and then press your heels back. So there's a lot of engagement of those muscles there. If you're getting tired, rest your knees down. If not, transition into dolphin, downward dog. Press the crown of your head down. And breathe. Elbow plank. Hold. I know your hips are getting tired. Squeeze your glutes. Hold it up. Last time. And downward dog. Breathe. Gently bring it into plank. Rest your knees down. Walk your hands back towards your body. And let's come up into a standing position on our knees. Let's open up the shoulders a little bit. Take your right hand, circle it all the way out. Look to the back. Stay here and breathe. I want you to pulsate inwards, right? So it means to say your hand is going to pulse into your body, engaging your shoulder muscles, your arm muscles, right? So it's not going to go out. It's constantly going to go in with each pulse, right? So you can rest your hands, the left hand on your hip. Now don't swing it out and in, but it's always going in. Ready? Let's pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release, rotate that shoulder all the way. Yes, we have awakened some muscles which we did not know they existed. And release, let it go. And let's place our right. Take your left hand. Let's first start with a simple rotation. Take your left. Give a nice rotation to that shoulder. Bring it back. And this time when you take it, I want you to observe the hand. Your palm is facing out. You're trying to take that hand, don't swing it forward. I want you to, this is your start point. If this is where you started, be there or go in. That's it, right? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rotate that shoulder off a little bit one time and let it go. Take your hands, sweep your hands to the back. Interlock your hands. Hug the palms towards each other. Press your knuckles down. Open up your chest all the way up. And breathe. Release your, bring your chin parallel to the ground. Release your hands. Step your left leg forward. Step your right leg forward. Bring yourself all the way up. Let me adjust the camera a little bit because my head is getting cut off. All right. We are going to take our right leg. So keep your left leg just the way it is. Lift your right heel off the ground and drag that leg a little bit behind you. About 1 or 2 feet approximately, right? And then take your right leg towards your left side. Always I mention that let's keep the whole feet on the ground, but today I'm changing it a little bit because I want us to get an IT band stretch. If you have ankle injury today, then don't do this one. Just let this pass. Don't do it. If you're feeling all right around your ankle, I want you to lean into the outer edge, knife edge of your right leg, and the inner edge of your leg is peeled off. Right? Now, with the top leg is our left leg. It's time to bend that leg a little bit. If you need to walk that leg a little bit, like I'm adjusting myself now, I'm bending my left leg deliberately. So 2 things are happening. I'm on the knife edge of my back leg and I'm bending my left leg. Take your hands all the way up. Let's first start by interlocking. Sorry guys, my hands are getting cut off here a little bit. We're going to lean towards the left side, right? So take yourself all the way towards the left side. So it's a side body stretch. Now push your hips back. I want you to circle your hands forward and then gently bring your hands down towards the left corner of the mat. If you need a block, go ahead and use a block to press your hands down. If your hands touch the ground, that's fine. But your front knee is bent. Your back knee is not bent. And breathe. Gently bring your hands forward. And now you're going to step your back leg forward. You'll end up in a forward bend. Just bring your right leg forward. You'll end up in a simple forward bend. Inhale, take your hands all the way up. And exhale, circle it out. Give me a second. Let me adjust the screen. Alright, so let's do the other side. This time, keep your right leg to the ground. Drag your left a little bit back. And now take your left leg behind you. And then lean onto the inner edge of your left, keeping the right off the ground. Now the front leg, slowly try to adjust it, which means to say you can walk a little bit forward to bend that leg a little bit more. Take your hands all the way up. Interlock your hands. Press the heel of the palm all the way up. And now lean towards your right side. So the more you lean, I want you to bend your front knee and keep your back knee straight. Because we want that IT band stretch on the left side. And breathe. And of course, you know that you're getting a side body stretch on the left side. Now push your hips back in order to rotate those shoulders and bring your arms down. Push your hips back and then let go of your hands down. And breathe. Bend your front knee. That will help you to bring your fingertips down. And breathe. Now those of us who find it extremely difficult to lean onto the knife edge, place your back leg, which is your left leg, completely down to the ground. If you're losing your balance or something. And then walk your hands forward. So keep your hands shoulder width apart. And then step your back leg forward. You'll end up in a simple forward bend position. Inhale, take your hands all the way up. And exhale, circle it out. Rotate your shoulders. And reverse the direction of the rotation and shift it off. We tried to cover pretty much a lot of muscle groups today. Hopefully that helped you. Let's come down to the mat. We'll massage the back a little bit. So lie down on your back. And bring your knees into your chest. Place your hands on top of your kneecaps and gently touching the four corners around the lower back. And reverse. A good spinal twist will be like an icing on the cake right now. It will feel so good. So we'll definitely do a simple spinal twist. Let's rest our legs down. Extend your right leg all the way out. Keep your left bent. Bring your left knee into your chest. Keep both feet flexed. Turn your toes towards your shin. And now gently take your left knee towards your right side. So use your right hand, help yourself, and take your left knee towards your right side. Let's press it down to the ground. So the knee, you have to constantly work on pressing, help pulling it down. Extend your left hand all the way out. Feel the stretch around your lower back and your glutes. It feels so good. Slow breaths in and out. I definitely missed all of you in the last 3 days. Happy to be back. I enjoy what I do. Gently bring your left knee back into your chest and extend your left leg all the way out. Walk your right knee into your chest. Flex all feet. Pull your right thigh into your belly. Remember in the beginning of the class, we did one position where we tried to hug our thigh. Do that. Try to really squeeze your thigh into your belly. Now you have the support of the floor as well at the back. And now gently guide your right knee towards your left side. Open up your right hand, either into cactus, V, or T position. Doesn't matter really. And feel the stretch on your right leg. Slow breaths in and out. And now gently bring your right knee into your chest. Squeeze that thigh into your body. And bring both legs into your chest. If you feel like moving your knees from side to side, go ahead and do that. To massage the back a little bit. And rest your feet into bridge position. Hands next to your body, press your palms into the ground. Let's make our way up into a bridge position. Try to lift, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips up. Relax your neck and shoulder muscles. And breathe. I literally feel every cell of my body is awakened right now. Thanks to you guys for allowing me to do this. Gently bring your shoulder blades down, mid back, lower back, and your tailbone. Just move your knees from side to side and extend your legs. Separate your legs out, separate your hands out. Final resting position, Shavasana. Gently close your eyes. Start to relax all your facial muscles, your jaw, and your tongue inside your mouth. Relax your shoulder blades and your lower back muscles. Gently bend both your knees and turn your body to the right side. And take the support of your hands and make your way up into a seated position with your eyes closed. Bringing your hands to the heart center, the thumb touching the heart center. If you wish to make a small prayer for your loved ones and the world around you, you may do that at this time. Whenever you're ready, very slowly, begin to open your eyes by first bringing the gaze towards the floor and slowly coming up to eye level. Let's take a bow together and say namaste. Thank you guys. Thank you very much for sharing your practice with me. I will see you next Tuesday.